school, students work to develop technical skills involving areas like vehicle servicing, electrical circuitry, brake fundamentals, and suspension systems. Coursework is equivalent to the first year of a post-secondary class in technical training. And if students successfully complete all courses, they can challenge their first period automotive service technician apprenticeship exam, giving them a head start on their post-secondary journey. This facility, which as you can see behind me, is equipped with various mechanical tools and technology, is just one example of the many dual credit spaces in our high schools that exist across our amazing province. And that's why I'm really proud to be here today to be able to announce an additional investment of $4.45 million to support dual credit opportunities like the one we see right here at Emmy Lizard High School. Expanding career education opportunities will ensure that students have every opportunity to pursue their interests and succeed in Alberta's dynamic job market. As part of Budget 24, this investment of $4.45 million into dual credit grants, we'll have to wait, of course, for the class change, this dual credit grant will work to support students as they transition into post-secondary education, trades, or the workplace. For the 24-25 school year, school authorities across Alberta can apply for a dual credit startup grant of up to $50,000 and or a dual credit enhancement grant of up to $100,000. School authorities are able to use the startup grant to create a new dual credit programming at any school within their authority. The enhancement grant is used to enhance existing dual credit opportunities through the purchase of new equipment or facility upgrades. School authorities have the flexibility to develop and implement dual credit programming that provides students with relevant learning experiences. Examples of new or enhanced dual credit opportunities in Alberta schools could include courses like carpentry and welding apprenticeships and training in artificial intelligence, medical and health technologies, and more. Also of note, of the total funding that is available to our school authorities, Alberta Health is providing $450,000 per year for the next 3 years to support dual credit healthcare aid grants. Targeted funding for healthcare aid dual credit grants aims to increase the number of students pursuing a career in the healthcare sector, which will help to alleviate growing workforce pressures. Healthcare aides are respected members of Alberta's healthcare system who play an important role in all Albertans receiving quality person-centered care. This funding is part of Alberta Health's $1 billion investment over the next 3 years to support continuing care. All school authorities are eligible to apply for dual credit grants, including the healthcare aid grant, and applications will remain open until May 3rd of this year. Successful applicants will receive funding for the upcoming 24-25 school year, and more information for interested school authorities can be found on alberta.ca. In closing, by making investments into dual credit programming, I am confident that we can build a qualified, educated, and engaged workforce to support Alberta's growing economy. As students begin preparing for the next step in their lives, whether that is post-secondary education or entering the workforce, we want to ensure that they have the pathways that they need for success. Career education opportunities give students just that. I strongly encourage school authorities to apply for these grants by the May 3rd deadline. And I also encourage students, whether currently enrolled in high school or preparing to make the transition next year, to think hard and explore dual credit offerings that are available in their school and community. I look forward to the positive impact this investment will have on Alberta students and our economy. It's now my pleasure to invite Trustee Marsha Nelson to say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Marsha Nelson, and I'm the Edmonton Public School Board trustee for Ward B, which is the ward we're in today. Thank you, Minister, for being here today at Emmy Lizard High School. This is a space where students work alongside industry professionals to train towards automotive service technician apprenticeship. The courses offered here allow students to learn the technical aspects of automotive service while also immersing themselves in hands-on learning that bridges the theoretical knowledge with the real-world applications. Many of the students who take this course will go on to continue their apprenticeship training in post-secondary and the world of work. This transition is seamless, thanks to the solid foundation that they build here, equipping them with the skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to excel in their chosen fields. This is just one example of the many courses offered by Edmonton Public Schools that can open the doors for our students. From cosmetology to culinary arts, an electrician apprenticeship, campus EPS, and dual credit courses give students an opportunity to dive deep into the areas of interest, providing them with not just an education, but often a blueprint or pathway for their futures. Today's announcement highlights the importance of preparing students for the future and providing students with opportunities for exploration and growth before entering the workforce. Thank you again for being here today and making this announcement.
Thank you so much. That concludes the formal portion of today's announcement. We're going to move over to questions. It'll be one question, one follow-up, and we'll start on the line there. If you could start with your first and last name.
Attention Voyagers, the last bell is gone. We ask that you please all into your class. Thank you.
And your outlet operator, if you could put through the first caller.
Thank you. Yes, the first caller is Nicolaides Allocates from CTV.
Nicolaides Allocates with CTV Edmonton. Today, the ATA is releasing a survey of teachers about levels of aggression they face in the classroom, showing that it has increased substantially over the last 4 years. Have you had any discussions with teachers about this, and are there any plans to act on these findings?
Yeah, short answer is yes. I have spoken quite a bit, both with some individual teachers and with the Alberta Teachers Association on the topic of violence and teacher working conditions. We are working very closely with the Alberta Teachers Association. We have shared some ideas on potential next steps and things that we can do. But of course, I want to have a closer look at the report and chat a little bit more with the Alberta Teachers Association and other partners to see how we can work together.
Shaylan, did you
have just as a follow-up on that. Yeah, I do. I guess if you can give us any insight into what those conversations or suggestions might look like. We know from the data that 63% of teachers say they never received training and rules to de-escalate, and 55% say they don't feel comfortable with their ability to effectively de-escalate a situation that could become aggressive. I guess, does it call for the need, or is something that you're looking at perhaps expanding school resource officers in schools?
Yeah, so that's a good point. I did have a conversation with the ATA specifically around that, and specifically around some of the skills and competencies that teachers have, and that there is a concern among some teachers that they may not have the skills and abilities to effectively de-escalate a situation and deal with the scenario. So we don't have any hard and fast plans as of yet. We have bounced around some ideas. Perhaps there's more that we can do on the training and professional development side to help give those teachers the skills and competencies that they need to be able to effectively handle those situations. So we'll have to continue to chat more with what the best mechanism is for us to be able to do that.
Operator, can you put through the next caller?
Thank you. Yes, Catherine Krakowski, Alberta Today.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. And similar to that, on that same line, do we know why we are seeing this increase in aggression in classrooms? Have you had any conversations with other provincial counterparts on what they're seeing in their classrooms? Like, why do you think this is happening?
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think it warrants a little bit of a deeper investigation to be able to find out. I would imagine real kind of root causes, if you will, are multifaceted. I don't think there's just one single thing that we can point to. I haven't yet had an opportunity to have a conversation with my counterparts. But from what I hear anecdotally in talking with teachers and other school divisions, there is a growing degree of complexity, of course, that we're working through in our classrooms, a greater recognition or some additional challenges with respect to behavioral issues as well that school divisions are working to contend with. So we know our classrooms are becoming more complex, and that may be one of the drivers, but I believe that there's potentially multiple factors that are at play here.
Okay, and on another topic, Alberta is intervening in Saskatchewan's court case on their changes to pronoun policy. And I'm wondering how Saskatchewan's legal battle is going to affect the timing of your own legislation and policies, or how that is going to roll out.
Sure. Well, it's hard to say, of course, what the outcome of court or legal proceedings in another jurisdiction might look like and timelines associated to that. Our government has been clear with respect to our timelines in the implementation of these policies. On the note of implementation, we are taking the time to sit down and talk very closely and carefully with our partners, school boards, the Alberta Teachers Association, other groups and organizations as to how these policies can be implemented effectively and efficiently to ensure that we meet the stated policy objectives and goals without unintended consequences and smooth implementation as well. So those conversations are moving forward. Those conversations are on track, and we do anticipate to be in a position later this year to be able to finalize implementation of those policies.
Operator, could you put through the next caller?
Thank you. Terry Fikowski, CTV.
Hi, thank you for taking my question. I just want to go back to the ATA survey for a moment. Another finding in that survey found that 61% of teachers are reporting that their class sizes increased in this school year, and 4 to 10 have class sizes averaging 32 to 37, one gym class up to 50. Just wondering, do you think this is an acceptable class size for Alberta, and what is your government doing to address those rising class sizes?
Sure. Yeah. Well, there's no question that we're seeing record enrollment growth in our schools across the province, and we're seeing some significant trends. A lot of people from, to put it very simply, from across Canada and around the world are flocking to Alberta, and that's a great thing to see. It's something that demonstrates that the province is moving in the right direction, that there's great opportunity here, that there's job opportunities, there's an affordable lifestyle. So it's great to see that Alberta is one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing jurisdiction in the entire country. So that's really reassuring to see. Of course, as I mentioned, that does put a lot of pressure on our school divisions. We are seeing record enrollment growth. So to help accommodate that, we're working primarily on two key things. Of course, we're working to hire additional teachers and other staff in our schools. We've allocated $1.2 billion in new funding over the next 3 years to help our school authorities hire more teachers, hire additional staff. To help accommodate that. As well, we're working as quickly as we can to build schools in our growing communities. In Budget 24, we've approved construction funding for a number of new school projects, 5 new schools right here in Edmonton, for a total of 14 projects over the next few years that'll add 12,000 spaces in the city of Edmonton alone. So we are working aggressively to build schools as quickly as we can and hire additional staff as well.
And to follow up on an earlier question, will you be considering more school resource officers for the aggression piece?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, when it comes to school resource officers, I'd be happy to chat more with our school boards and see how school resource officers are working, if they are demonstrating effectiveness. I haven't heard as of yet any commentary regarding school resource officers or the need to add additional resources there. So I'm happy to talk more with our school boards and see if that's something that we can assist them with.
Operator, could you put through the last caller?
Thank you. Jonathan Bradley, Western Standard.
Hello, Minister Nicolaides. Thank you for taking my question. You mentioned this funding is for the 2024-2025 school year. What criteria will have to be met for school boards to receive this funding?
Sure. Well, there's a number of criteria. Of course, all of the details are available on